Hey everyone. So today we are talking about co-selling again. We have talked about co-selling a lot, and there are so many aspects that we need to cover. And so this bite-sized information is coming from that perspective. Amit, we have talked about how co-selling can empower creators to be nudged towards community commerce or social commerce. Let's talk about the two aspects of co-selling that we have: active co-selling and passive co-selling. So first, let's start with what is active co-selling.
Yeah, so co-selling is a new type of, I guess, internet persona, co-seller, something like an influencer or a creator, a seller, I suppose, right? And a co-seller now. So you have a buyer, you have a seller, and you have somebody in the middle who could today be an influencer traditionally, or a marketer or a referrer, right? So these people who are in the middle of a chain of events where there is a buyer and a seller ultimately doing a transaction on a platform, let's say a network. We call these platforms, we call them networks, or any network, like it is a network, or social network or market network or platform. So a transaction happens between a buyer and a seller. In the middle are a bunch of events and people that helped that happen, that made it happen, through influence, through content sharing, through, whatever it is. And through referring. So there are two types of this activity, the co-selling activity, these people and events that happen in the middle that earn them money. That's called co-selling. You earn money through co-selling because you're connecting the buyer and the seller. And there are two models in which you could do that. So if let's say I'm a creator or an influencer and I have a following, I have some audience and I'm trying to monetize it. Maybe I'm doing a good job or maybe I'm not. And I want to increase my income. So traditionally, I have to do prepaid. I can get something from a brand or whatever, they pay me to post something. Now, I would like to not only get paid for that momentary, hey, you're getting in front of my audience, but I would like to also participate in the profits that you might make through my audience or through me as a channel, right? So if I'm a channel for you, you're a multi-channel business, you're paying wholesale, you're paying retail, you're paying whatever, why not pay me as well, right? So we turn everyone into the retail model where if you're interested in something, you're familiar with something, you're passionate about something, you can use that information and knowledge and experience to help others and share that experience and knowledge, and now get compensated for the upside that comes through that effort. What does it mean? It means I can share articles, I can share your content, I can create content, I can share this on Facebook and Google, YouTube, and whatever it is, right? Email, WhatsApp, right? Text messages, blogs. Active co-selling is when you create content, curate content, which is to share with others, right? You select and share, that's curation. So creating and curating actively, doing more of it every day on different platforms, as in I take it from my network or community that's running on ShopType and wants to pay me for my work in a fair and transparent way through this model. Any of those networks, I can share or create and share content from there to my broader internet, network, my presence online, my reach. So this is active. I will continually do this, and I'm like a publisher, like a mini publisher, right? I could even start a little blog or whatever, and a newsletter and things like that. And the links that I put in there, the call to actions, whenever somebody clicks, I get attribution. And when those people eventually become members, they become my referrals. And when they make purchases, they pay out a certain percentage from the sale. Means the network pays out to everybody like me in the middle of that chain who influenced the buyer.
So
we could be, all sharing and everyone's doing it and we all love the community. Then you come along and you click on my link the first day, and then Abhishek's link the second week, and then on a different platform and all that, and we all get paid. The 3 of us, 4 of us, whoever it is in the chain get paid. This is active. And let's say that on average, networks are offering 30% and even much higher to people like us. Imagine Apple is keeping and fighting to keep
Yeah.
30 even on crypto transactions, whereas we're trying hard to find ways to pay human beings 30%.
Yeah.
From whatever is available, right? I mean, what is available is the whole thing is available. The Apple takes it or we give it to you.
We give it to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying to do that. We're doing that now across dozens and hundreds and thousands of categories of products and stuff, which is great, and new networks. So this is active. We're all in it together. We're working, and all that. The second way to do it is passive, which is I'm not much of a content creator, or I don't have much of a following on any platform. I don't have a media company, right? I'm not I don't have much reach as such on the internet. Right?
Yeah.
But I understand this model, right? This model, I get it. I get that if you have reach, you can make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So the way the system works is the active side. Let's say there is $100 that you make because you've sold 2, 3, 4 things or whatever, one thing, or even a part of one thing, and you make $100.
Yeah.
You get to retain $95 out of that 100. So whatever you do as active, you keep 95% of your own efforts. Okay.
Okay.
You also get, and the reason why I say this, so you keep 5% is actually what you get to do is you keep the whole money that whatever you made, the $100, plus let's say 5% from everyone that you referred into the system. Let's say they all made also, let's say there's 10 such people and they all made $100 each. So they all give you $5 because they keep 95. Actually, the calculation is slightly more, than this, but it's a good way to think about it. So I'm the person that we are discussing. I'm the co-seller, active and passive. So I do my work. I get my $100. My 10 other contacts who I've referred in also do the same type of work, and they all, let's say, earn $100 each. They each will give me $5. Actually, give me possibly some more, but let's just say they give me $5 for now because they make no other money. They've not made any other intros. This is all they've done, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They each make 95 now, and they pass me $5 each, which is another $100 from these 10. I mean, $50, 10 people.
$50.
Right? So I made $100 from myself in active
$50 from
space, and $50 from here. So I made a net of $150, from which I keep 95 of 150.
Yeah.
And I pass 5% onwards to the person that invited me, right? So it's a network effect with a multi-level B to B to C tracker. However, it restricts this kind of a referral thing to 5%, not majority. The reason we don't want majority is we don't want a what do you call it, like a pyramid or some sort of a multi-level type of thing. We want an organic, authentic, fair, transparent network where everyone does work and keeps 95% of their own work, and they keep this 5% model where they are, sharing what they made and what anybody else made through them with each other, right? So this is both active and passive. I could literally, let's say, invite a magazine or a newspaper.
Yeah.
Right? Which makes co-seller earnings, which is out of the 30, 40, 50% that I'm talking about of share of vendor revenue, share of sales, right? Retail sales. We call it CBITDA. CBITDA means co-seller earnings before expenses, etc. Right?
Okay.
CBITDA is a cash flow metric, which is driven by this model and is effectively free cash flow because you're not, and it's incremental.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing anything for it other than what you were already doing, creating content, sharing content, putting stuff on there. So inviting people. So you're not doing anything new on the internet, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or any other place. But now you get incremental cash flows from this stream of revenue.